Grade 3s. Today we're going to be looking at the relationship that exists between addition and subtraction for our maths lesson. So I'm just going to quickly go through our learning intentions. So the purpose of this lesson is for you to all develop an understanding of inverse operations, to be able to understand, recognise and come up with different fact families, and to work collaboratively and cooperatively with others in order to solve problems. So we're going to start off this afternoon by doing this small interactive activity. So I'm going to hand out cards, so either be given a blue card or a red card, and you'll either have an equation or an answer on it. So just to speed up the process, so red cards will match with red cards, and blue cards will match with blue cards. So your role will be to walk around the room and find someone that has either the answer to your equation or the equation to your answer, and we should have 4 equations for each column. So once you've found your match, I'm going to need one person from each pair to just come up. I've got blue tack here and stick your equation up on the board. Okay, so I'm just going to hand those out. Okay guys, so if you don't have a card, please feel welcome to help others around the room. So once you guys are finished, I'll get you to return to your seats after you've stuck them up on the board. Alright, go for it. So we'll put the red equations on the left side of the board and the blue equations on the right hand side. Thanks for that, guys. So what was your name? Beth. Are you able to tell me whether the equations on the board appear to be correct? Yes. They're all good. Alright, thanks for that, guys. You all did really well. So now I'm just going to ask you a few questions based on the activity that we've just done. It does have a purpose, I can assure you. Alright, so for starters, is anyone able to tell me what they noticed about either of the groups of equations on the board? So in terms of their appearance, what do each of them have in common? So we'll look at these equations as one group and these ones as another. So what do all of these have in common? Or what do all of these have in common?
They're the same numbers?
Yeah, perfect. What was your name?
Zara.
Thank you, Sarah. So, are you guys able to tell me what numbers this group of equations is using? 8, 3, and 11. Yeah. Okay. Alright, and then can you guys tell me what this group of equations, what numbers they're using?
7, 12.
Yeah, thank you. So 12, 5, and 7. Alright, good observation, guys. So my next question is, can everyone see that these equations, so either group on the board, appear to be balancing or cancelling each other out? So if we take, I'll ask my next question first. So, yeah, they appear to be cancelling each other out. And this has something to do with the relationship that exists between addition and subtraction. Does anyone know what similarity or what relationship addition and subtraction have with one another? Or what they can be called? It starts with an I. Anyone have any idea? Okay, so they're actually inverse operations, which means that they're opposites. So addition and subtraction are opposites to one another, which means that they have the ability to cancel or balance each other out. So if we look at this group of equations, for example, we'll notice that we get different answers, although we're using the same numbers as identified before, depending on the positioning of the numbers and where the operation is located, what operation is used. Okay, so bonus points if you guys can get this one right. If addition and subtraction are inverse operations or opposites, can anyone guess what they think the other set of inverse operations might be? Yeah?
Multiplication and division.
Perfect. So multiplication and division are also inverse operations, so they're also opposites to one another, but we'll focus more on that next lesson, so I'm not going to talk about that too much today, but we'll be looking at their fact families and their relationship as inverse operations and ability to cancel each other out. Okay, so is anyone able to tell me then what a group of equations like either of these on the board are called? Starts with an F, and I mentioned it before. So a group of equations using the same numbers. No. Okay, so they're fact families, and fact families, like I just said, are groups of equations that use the same numbers. So does anyone have any questions based on what we've looked at so far? No? Alright. So we're just going to go through a quick example of one together as a group. So we'll look at the numbers 4, 6, and 10. Can I get someone to come up and write what they think the first equation for this fact family might be? Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Does anyone know what might follow that? So, if this one, so use these ones as an example. So we're using, it's a similar sort of concept, but we're just using different numbers. Yeah, could I get you to come right up on the board? Thank you. Alright, there are two more. Does anyone think they know what they are? Yeah. Okay, and one more. Thank you. Alright, good job guys. So, I hope that you now can all see that addition and subtraction are inverse operations as well as multiplication and division. So you should all have had an opportunity today to develop an understanding of inverse operations, to be able to identify and come up with examples of your own fact families, and you've each had an opportunity to work collaboratively and cooperatively with others. Thank you.